Episode 502. The fight on the shore was even more one-sided than the one in the water. Yi Shu and Su Mu Cheng were as formidable as ever, and with Tang Ru and the others now on shore, they were able to unleash their full combat strength. As for Tang Ru, her strength had long since surpassed that of these ordinary guild elites. A proper guild's elite dungeon team, and yet against such an opponent, they were like paper tigers, utterly and completely crushed. Upon receiving the news, Misty Rain Lock Tower was...
Are you all pigs? You knew it was dangerous, so why didn't you scout it out properly?
Why didn't you pick a more flamboyant route?
The team that had been yelled at was also in tears. It wasn't that they didn't take it seriously, they just never expected the other side to be so brazen, hiding right along the shoreline. Weren't they supposed to be moving between the dungeon islands? This move? It looks like they were just waiting for our team to return.
How despicable. How shameless.
Put some effort in! Be careful! Can't you be a little more enticing?
Misty Rain Locked Tower personally addressed the five of them. At this moment, Yan Yulu had set up his own chat group, with the guild leader personally guiding the elite dungeon team of the 10th server. What else could the five of them, thoroughly shamed by the exchange of insults, say? They'd just have to run back from the main city again.
That's a wrap. All right, back to what we were talking about.
Yishu was chatting with Blue River again.
I have nothing more to say to you.
Did your dungeon team clear it yet?
What are you trying to do?
Blue River was on high alert.
If you spot anyone from another guild, give us a heads up. You're here to level up too, right? Keep an eye out as well.
I'm not a spy.
Ha! You were the one who kept insisting you were the mole.
That was for that account.
Same difference. Same difference. Hey, keep an eye out, okay? Let me know wherever you spot it. All right, I'm off to get busy.
Who's next?
Blue River felt a chill run down his spine. Their efficiency is terrifying. At this rate, thank goodness our Blue Brook Guild backed down.
Well, it's a bit embarrassing to say, but it's the Misty Rain Pavilion again. Their guard is way too lax.
Yishu replied while constantly flipping through the messages being sent back from the guild chat. Now we have an organization and manpower. The vast majority of the guild's players were only around level 30, and they were still pretty green. There was no way they could jump into a fight in a high-level zone like Thousand Wave Lake. But these players were more than enough to be mobilized and scattered along the entire route from Kongji City to Thousand Wave Lake. Players around level 30 were the most common group in the 10th server. Once they removed their guild titles and blended into the crowd, they were practically impossible to spot. As for the newer recruits above level 35, Ye Shu didn't mobilize them. He knew for a fact that spies were hidden among that group. The level 30-something players, while not guaranteed to be clean, at least carried a much lower risk. Besides, Yishu wasn't mobilizing everyone. He only selected a few characters, sent them messages, and specifically named the players they should keep an eye on. If I'd managed to pick out a spy from that bunch, then I'd just have to chalk it up to rotten luck and a lack of virtue. As it turned out, the people they'd picked probably weren't spies. In fact, they'd done an excellent job with the task. After all, they were still new to the guild, so their enthusiasm for any assignment was sky high. Misty Rain's dungeon team was spotted twice by these seemingly insignificant low-level players. After they sent the information to Yishu, he easily deduced their chosen route from their direction of travel, and the Misty Rain team, lacking any awareness, made no attempt to avoid this possibility. Thinking you'd just be careful once you reach the lake, well, that's exactly what Yishu predicted. The real tragedy was that the Misty Rain players were still completely oblivious to all this, simply chalking it up to bad luck or their own carelessness. This time, when the five of them emerged from Sky City, they were once again completely unguarded, striding boldly down the main road. The players from the Happy Guild spotted them immediately, and everyone eagerly sent intel to their guild leader. Yishu organized the information and saw, well, Misty Rain team's route is clear again.
This time, we'll take the initiative.
Yet, in terms of tactics, Yishu did not underestimate his opponent in the slightest.
What's up?
the others asked.
Let's just ambush them on the road.
Ye Shu led the group out of Thousand Wave Lake. They found a spot by the main road from Kongji City, one that could hide them, and ducked into it.
So, what's the plan this time?
Concealed Light asked.
His help in actual combat was extremely limited, but when it came to pre-battle preparations, he was always the most meticulous one. He would never, like Baozi, twist someone else's intentions into some bizarre line of thinking based on his own whims. Concealed Light was absolutely a man of his word. When he said one, he meant one. When he said two, he meant two. His execution was so resolute it bordered on rigidity.
Right. Even though we can wipe them out without breaking a sweat, we still can't afford to get careless. Concealed Light, when the time comes, unleash all your skills. Seal up any gaps in our encirclement as best you can.
Understood.
Concealed Light replied.
Ye Shu had actually explained this arrangement to him many times already today, but every time a new battle was about to start, Concealed Light would ask again and hear the exact same plan, never seeming to tire of it.
The rest of you, stick to the usual plan. Keep an eye on each other and work together.
With him and Su Mucheng holding the line, wiping out a 5-player team was a foregone conclusion. The others were practically optional. But since they were on solid ground now and could afford to, Ye Shu still hoped to give Tang Ru and the others more practice.
But if we're blocking the path here, sure they can't see us, but we can't see them either, right?
Steamed Bun Invasion said this as the 6 of them hid behind a large, empty boulder.
That should do it.
The bun suddenly began jumping up and down uncontrollably.
Hey, no need for that.
Ye Shu quickly stopped him.
Based on their movement speed and distance from here, we can calculate the exact time.
This, however, was right in Concealed Light's wheelhouse.
Right. How well do you grasp the situation inside the team? Can you calculate it?
I can give it a shot.
At this moment, Concealed Light was still quite confident.
The last registration coordinates were 365, 428, 65. Time was 0054.
Got it.
Concealed Light immediately began his calculations, and in no time at all he had the answer.
Without any surprises, they should arrive here in 7 minutes and 21 seconds.
Not bad.
Ye Shu agreed. Concealed Light might not be nimble with his controls, but he's sharp in this area. He's especially sensitive to the patterns that game data reveals. He only observed those 5 from Misty Rain a couple of times, yet he's already grasped their data. His fundamentals are remarkably solid. By comparison, Tang Ru and Steamed Bun Invasion lacked some judgment in this regard.
We've been at this for so long. We could push forward a bit more and get this over with sooner.
Tang Ru said.
We'll head back to Thousand Wave Lake after we're done here. This spot gives us the best time to kill ratio.
Tang Ru was still only half convinced, but Concealed Light was once again filled with admiration. He knew this was another level of judgment and calculation regarding the situation. While it was only a matter of a split second, the skill required to grasp it with such precision was obvious.